Welcome back to Make Me a Fan. I'm the Jag.
I'm Pete.
And today we are starting a brand new series the Encyclopedia has chosen wisely. It's like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Exactly. Which chalice shall I pick?
Yes, exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. That's why we're a good team. But you mentioned it yesterday, but for the people who didn't watch the amazing classic match yesterday, can you inform the people what it is we're about to see?
So we are about to see 3 matches that I think are some of the highlights of Mr. Anderson, Ken Anderson, Mr. Kennedy in WWE.
All right, very cool. Now, if you have been following the show, and you have, and if you haven't, go back and find this. Actually, I'll put it right above my head. We watched Make Me a Fan of Eli Drake.
We sure did.
And Eli Drake is prolific and gifted, and I believe the final match you showed me was which one?
Into the Fire against Mr. Anderson.
You damn right. And so we watched Mr. Anderson, and Encyclopedia told me during that episode how amazing Mr. Anderson was, and that we should probably do this recap his skills and his abilities. So I said, okay, make me a fan of Mr. Anderson, and the Encyclopedia has carefully selected.
I have curated 3 of what I would particularly say are the best because I've mixed in who Mr. Anderson's wrestling, also with people that were kind of like, I don't know, familiar with, they're currently relevant in wrestling. So really trying to show you the best of both worlds and also show you some more WWE stuff because I worry sometimes people think that I picked all the other stuff that's not WWE because I don't like it. I actually love it. It's just that since everybody else talks about it, that's why we try to talk about some of the other stuff.
That's why we pick obscure things like Crunch Classic.
Hey, by the way, which is right behind you on the shelf.
Nice, it's on the shelf. Can y'all see it? There it is. It's like, what's that, UK Rampage 92? So we go back to the weird stuff because everybody and their cousin has a Smackdown review. Exactly. Everybody and their cousin has a weekly Raw review. You guys don't come here for that. You come here for the crazy encyclopedic knowledge. You come here for the Jag talking trash about the stuff that you love and the stuff that you hate. And so actually we have a fan, a relatively new fan. I don't want to mispronounce her name, but she happens to do a lot of wrestling themed nails. And she's very cool. And she says, I love it when you guys disagree.
Oh boy.
I like it when you guys argue. And I said, okay, well you better watch this because people like rants. If you like rants, you will probably love, and I'll put it up above my head, the Jim the Anvil Neidhart versus Skinner match a couple days ago because I went on a pretty epic rant right there. It wasn't that we disagreed necessarily.
It was just quality over quantity.
You damn right. And so I don't know if we'll agree on Mr. Anderson. So New York Nails, you might have to wait for another one of those, one of your favorite episodes. But we're going to get right to it. And I don't know who he's wrestling. So you want to tell me match number 1?
We are going to go to 2007. We are going to go to May the 4th, SmackDown. And we're going to see Matt Hardy versus Mr. Kennedy.
All right, Matt Hardy versus Mr. Kennedy, and this is Matt Hardy, not broken, not woken, not Damascus.
This is V1 Matt Hardy.
Version 1, which is my favorite. All right, so Matt Hardy.
So we might get some Matt facts.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Matt Hardy versus Mr. Kennedy, SmackDown 2007. Damn. All right. Well, hey, you ready?
I'm ready if you're ready.
You ready?
Press the play button
right about now. Now, this was a hell of an introduction to Mr. Kennedy for old Jag, okay? This is the second Mr. Kennedy match I've ever seen in my life. The first was the one we mentioned a few minutes ago with Eli Drake. Son of a biscuit. I had no idea this guy was so popular with the fans.
Oh yeah, they love that Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Anderson with the mic coming down.
Yo, that was cool as crap. I love the old school microphone. And that's like the old school boxing, you know, Michael Buffer kind of a thing. And I'm like, yo, that was cool. But imagine, I mean, you saw this and you know this, I know. The people, Vince said, hey, we're gonna give you 2 minutes before every match to do this thing. That's like Road Dogg, you know?
No, for sure. It's like you gave them the runway they needed to get over.
And it worked. The crowd's chanted along with him. They know his shtick. They know his whole routine.
Yeah, they know what they can sing along to, but then also leaves him room to either cut the promo on whomever, whatever, or what's going on.
Yeah.
Clearly today he talked about how there were 331 days till WrestleMania 24.
Yeah. Dude, I like the mic coming out of the whatever. I mean, that means they have to hang something up there. Like, Mr. Kennedy, they did work for Mr. Kennedy, which means Mr. Kennedy was over like Roper, as you like.
Oh, for sure. So in that lighting rig, they specifically had to put a winch on that rig. And that's a different relay, so that's another piece of equipment that the lighting and sound people have to end up providing. You have to light that line up when it's time for that.
Awesome.
So you think about the labor involved with that. That's some money for every show to do that.
Hell yeah!
That is a real investment from a promoter saying, I believe so much in your gimmick, we're going to spend the money to make sure that this happens at every show.
Now, was there a lot of Mr. Kennedy merch being sold?
Decent.
Okay. I liked that he customized the Money in the Bank briefcase, and everybody knew it was coming. At one point, he's looking at it because I guess he's used it as a weapon multiple times, like any good heel Money in the Bank winner should, right? And great match, dude. Holy smokes, this was a fantastic match.
Meltzer gave this 3.5 stars.
All right, I would give it damn near 4. It was
a solid match.
I would give it a 4 personally. It was that good to me.
Understood. And so now you were asking about what does Mr. Anderson do with the Money in the Bank?
Yes.
When you ask those things, you should always know that, like, when you ask, like, pretty much almost immediately something's going to happen.
Yeah.
That was on Friday Night Smackdown. Monday, he loses that next Monday, loses the briefcase to Edge. And then Edge actually ends up taking that case and cashing it in to win his first World Heavyweight title.
No. Oh. That's disappointing. Look, I'm like, yo, homeboy's over. Like, okay, let me just, you know this. They probably can understand this, but I like to talk trash. And wherever I end up, whether it's Impact, Ring of Honor, freaking AEW, or even the E, you better give me a microphone because that's what I like to do. So I imagine myself talking trash. You know, I'm like, yo, that would have been so cool if Vince had enough faith in the Jag to give me 2 minutes before every match to cut a promo. Man, they had the lights come down and everything. I would feel like I made it. That's a mama, I made it. So I'm looking at Mr. Kennedy like, you freaking made it. But now you're telling me that he put his briefcase on the line and lost it to Edge, and then Edge uses that to win the championship?
Absolutely.
Oh, Mr. Kennedy, you were so,
How about this? We'll make it up for tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, we're going to see the very first match in high definition on Monday Night Raw.
Wow, okay.
With Mr. Kennedy versus Mr. WrestleMania.
Ooh, okay. Mr. WrestleMania being Shawn Michaels?
Of course.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page. All right, so Mr. Kennedy's wrestled a lot of greats too then.
Well, I think we'll talk about that tomorrow at 9 a.m.
You damn right. Bring your asses back tomorrow. This is a lot of fun. So we ain't got to say anything else. Tomorrow at 9, we'll see you next time. Take care.